I'm going to show you some easy ways that you can do exercises to strengthen your hamstrings. If you're working on your lower limb strength and you've already got some ideas for strengthening your quads and other muscle groups, hamstrings are important too, and they help to balance the quadriceps muscles so that they work in synergy and so that you can reduce the risk of injury. These videos are really all about what you can do at home without too much fancy equipment, so that's what we'll do. We'll start with hamstring strength today. The hamstrings are the muscles that make up the back of the thigh. They actively bend the knee joint. They work in concert with the glute muscles to extend the hip backwards as well. And they work in synergy with the quad muscles at the front of the thigh to control the forward swing of the leg, for example, when you run, and generally stabilise the knee joint. We often think of stretching the hamstrings, which is great because they otherwise do get tight. When it comes to strengthening, we don't need to use gym equipment necessarily. You can do quite a lot at home for strength, including in upright positions, which is a functional position for that group, and also in ways that allow you to exercise the whole posterior chain, the back muscles, the glutes and the hamstrings. Make sure you warm up well before you try these next exercises. A brisk walk, bring your heels up towards your bottom a few times each side, maybe a few squats. With wraparound weights, you can do this exercise in standing. Just get your balance, have something to hold on to, lean forward slightly at the hips, have your standing leg slightly bent, put your tummy in, activate the glutes, and then bend, trying to keep the knee very still, so the only part moving is your lower leg. And choose a weight that's reasonably light to start with, but you can progress, but so that you can manage around 10 reps and then your muscles are quite fatigued. That way you'll be really strengthening. Before you get into these exercises, which involve a bridging type movement with a ball, make sure you've got some control in bridging with your feet on the floor on a stable surface first. And we go through that in the Take 5 Physio number 2 video. Using the ball ups the ante. Just start with your calf muscles in contact with the ball. Squeezing the glutes, lift your pelvis up, not too high. You should still feel your shoulder blades are in contact with the floor. And then try with your heels only in contact with the ball. It makes it a little bit harder, brings the hamstrings in a little bit more strongly. Make sure it's not a high lift and that you keep very stable through the pelvis. And you could try with your knees straight. This is going to bring in lots of hamstrings, glutes and back muscles. Then try a lift and then drawing the ball towards your bottom. This is quite strong on the hamstrings. And just remember to squeeze the glutes, lift, and then draw in, getting the ball as close to your bottom as you can. Hamstrings can feel tight when you work them for strength, so break the exercises up with some good long stretches. This one's a good one, taking the hips backwards, reaching with the hands forwards as far as you can. Finally, try these hip thrusts for really good glutes and hamstring strengthening. You can do the exercise without a weight, but using a weight really makes the exercise that bit harder. If you can handle the ones on the ball, you'll probably be able to handle doing this with the weight. Moving nice and slowly, but going right up to full range, as straight as you can get your hips in line with the rest of the body and the shoulders. And it will load the hamstrings that bit more if you push off the heels.